All right, welcome back. We are doing level 2, worksheet number 3. Look up here. Here's our 3. So just make sure yours connects to ours. And we're going to be working on the number 82. So 82 has an 8 in the tens place. It has a 2 in the ones place. So we know that 8 tens equals 80. And we know that 2 ones equals 2. So we're writing this in expanded because it's already written in standard form. All right, if we go to adding 214, so 214 is on top, make sure you line up the other numbers in their place values. So the 4 being in the ones place, the 2 being in the ones place, the 1 being in the tens place, the 8 being in the tens place, and then finally the 2 being by itself. If you don't like having that blank spot, you can just add a 0 there. So if we look in the ones place, we have a 4 and a 2. So we add those up, it becomes a 6. And then in our tens place, we have a 1 and an 8. That equals 9. And then we have a 2 and a 0, which gives us 296. And then if we were to subtract this number, we would do our 82 minus 11. So I'd look in my ones place and I'd have a 2 and a 1. I'd subtract those, get 1. And then I'd look in my tens place and I'd have an 8 and a 1, which gives me a 7. So 8 minus 1 equals 7. So then my answer for subtracting 11 would be 71. Now, is this an odd number? Is this an even number? Remember which number we're going to look at? It's always going to be that last number. It's going to be the 2. So just a quick review. Remember our cheer? 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? And those are going to be even numbers. Even numbers. Yay. Even numbers. And then for our odd, it's going to be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. They don't really have a fun cheer, but we'll just have to memorize those. So if we look, I see a 2 over here. I see a 2 on ours. So we know it's going to be an even number for this one. All right, remember 10 times. So kind of like here's our 82. Oops. Here's our 82 times 10. So we're expanding. We're making it larger. So you could go through all of the long multiplication. So the 2 times 0, which equals 0. And then you could go across 8 times 0, which equals 0. Then you could do your, I put a little fill in there. He's just holding that spot. And then I'm doing my 1 times my 2, which equals 2. And my 8 times 1. And I could just write it out. If you really are like, I forget what we're doing, you could write it out and it would be 820. Or even easier is all you're doing is here's our base number, so 82, and then remember we're just going to add how many zeros are at the end of the 10 or the end of the 1, and so that would just be 10. So your answer again would be 820. So either one has the same answer. It's just however you decide to do it, but most people like this one. Now, 10 times less, remember the opposite of multiplication is going to be division. So we're going to do 82 divided by 10. So this one's going to be a little different because here's our decimal point. So this 0 is going to let us know how many times we're going to move to the left. For this one, we moved to the right and made it bigger by adding that 0. But this one, we're not adding a 0. We're actually kind of taking away a place value, aren't we? So now it would be 8 and 2 tenths would be your answer for 10 times less. So 8 and 2 tenths. And then if we were to take the 8 and the 2 and multiply them, we get our 16. I don't think I've said the word of the secret word. So the secret word for today would be carrot, like the vegetable carrot. So you can write that on in the secret word area. And then writing multiples of 2, it would just be 2, 4. It's going to start sounding like a even chant. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2, there we go. So then 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 plus 2 equals 10. 10 plus 2, 12. Let's see. 12, 14. 2 times 8, 16. 2 times 9, 18. So you can keep going and going and going until you hit 100. If you're kind of like, I'm running out of room, no biggie. You can just put some little dots right there. It's okay. This one's especially, it could go on and on. So I like practicing up to 100 for most math problems, but I also understand a lot of times if you get those lower numbers like 1 and 2 and 3, it takes a lot longer to do your multiples. All right, and then finally, if you want to be writing on the back a word problem, a lot of kids seem to do little pictures afterwards that connect to the word problem. That's also an option if it's okay with your teacher. But that is today's lesson, level 2, worksheet number 3, working on 2 digits, number of the day. Have a great rest of the day. Make it a great rest of the day, and I'll see you next time.